I'm Christopher Slindee, and I retired from the U.S. Army in February 2021, and I've been driving with Knight ever since. I served in the Army for a little over 21 years. I started from the bottom as a heavy equipment diesel mechanic, and I ended up being able to retire as a Master Sergeant. My favorite unit would have been Germany. Not necessarily just simply because we were in Germany, but that was where I got the baseline of all my training, infantry tactics and everything that you would expect of a soldier, but not necessarily so much for a mechanic. My interest in trucking goes back to I was a kid. I was about 5 years old. I used to ride around in my dad's truck with him, making deliveries through Minnesota. And I never actually thought I would be a truck driver. I've always just liked the big trucks. But when he passed away, I made it a goal of mine to take a big rig through all 48 states, because he only got to 47. I shouldn't say only, but he got to 47 of the 48, and also Alaska, ironically enough. But when he passed away right before I retired, I made it my decision that I was going to get in a semi, and I was going to take it to all 48 states. And right now, I've already hit Maine, which was the one state he didn't get, and I have 2 states left, North Dakota and Minnesota, which ironically enough is where I'm from. I've never driven a big rig in my own home state. So when I was getting ready to retire, I was looking at what I was going to do next. I wasn't really 100% sure, but I knew that I could always fall back on my mechanics background with the Army. And I was looking at it as, well, let me go get my CDL, because in the outside world, or the civilian world as we would say it, it's an added bonus that I have my CDL if I want to be a mechanic. How are you supposed to test, the equipment that you work on, So I did the school, and I wasn't too sure of what to expect. We went through the course, and just the courseware itself, the facility and the people that worked there made it pretty flawless and easy to transition. For me, being where I was at in rank, it was kind of weird because I had to kind of draw down my mentality a little bit. But they made it fun, it was enjoyable, and the moment that we started driving, I said to myself, like, I could do this, I enjoy this. It was kind of a freeing experience. It was I don't know, it was just enjoyable. It was enjoyable to be behind the wheel, and I like sightseeing as it is, so what better way to sightsee than to get paid to do it. But the big ticket was to stay as a truck driver was because of my dad passing away, and I was determined, I still am determined to get to all 48 states. And then as I graduated from the course, the Phoenix Truck Driving School, we had been through probably 8 to 12 different companies that came in and spoke to us, and just the way that the team from Knight came in and spoke to us, that's what caught my attention. They spoke differently to us than the rest of the team did. And so that was my cue, and I came in and talked with Ivan and Lydia that day and asked them if I could sit down and ask them questions, and they both gave me as much time as I needed. And so I did my pre-hire right there, and no looking back. Been a Knight ever since. If I'm able to win this truck, it would mean the world to me, because another thing that my dad never had was his own actual truck. And if I had my own truck, I could put his CB handle on the truck as though it was the name of the company, and take that exact truck through all 48 states in his honor.
I first met Chris when I was presenting at his CDL school. I could tell right away this is someone who's passionate about driving. It's not just going to be another job for him, but just the questions he asked, when can I start training? How early can I start? And he was still in the military at the time, so he was very excited about it. And my experience with him, I've worked closely with him through his career at night. He's always been a team player. He's willing to do whatever you ask and with a positive attitude. I don't think I've heard him complain one time. So always willing to help. He's down to earth, humble. I know he's very accomplished with his time in the military. He doesn't let that go to his head, I guess you could say. He is very down to earth and humble and just a pleasure to work with. I truly think he definitely is deserving of this honor.
He's just a great guy, always very helpful, looking to influence people's lives for the positive. Extremely reliable, makes himself available here within night and even outside of night. So we're very hopeful that he'll be selected for this award. Overall, tremendous service to our country and now to this company.